Alright, welcome back. So we're gonna do Crossing the Great Divide. We'll do lower track cost. Started.
6,000 miles of iron rail. Hoo-wee! That's what's going to have to be laid to reach across Canada. Raising the money in the East is just the beginning to completing this Canadian transcontinental. You'll need to keep your crew supplied and on track, as the wilderness of Canada will challenge your every step. Your goal is to see a train pulling up to the shipyard in Vancouver. Good luck, and bring your long johns.
Alright. So, we're in Canada today, eh? It's 1867 and trouble is brewing in Canada. The country is tearing itself apart without a tangible representation of union. The Canadian Parliament wants to strengthen relationships between the other provinces by building a trans-Canadian railway, save the country, and win a bronze by connecting Halifax to Vancouver, hauling 6 loads between the two cities by the end of 1896. Do this plus your company's net worth up to 20 million and for silver, and then 50 million for gold, all by that year. So I've attempted this one a couple times, and I don't know. I was able to get a start, but it didn't feel good to me. I was trying to start like out here and do like grain runs and stuff for food. And it just wasn't really working. I ended up having to take a loan. So I think instead what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to actually start in Montreal this time. And probably run something up to Quebec. See here. We'll do just a regular, or do the large stations, just so we can connect easily. Connect a bunch of extra stuff. Alright. I'm going to take manual control over where we go with this, just because it's odd that it won't. Guess it's trying to avoid something. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't take that. Just seems like the most logical one to do. Oh, right. Okay. So in the previous ones, I had taken the consolidation, and that's right, you don't start off with that one right now. So our choices are the Iron Duke, which is extremely expensive, but it's pretty fast on low grade, like 10 miles per hour with 6 carts. I think for right now we're just going to take the cheap one. I know American C, we're Canadians. This blasphemy, obviously. So let's go ahead, take 2. And I think that's fine for both ways. Quebec is going to be sort of our like mid one. I'm going to build for sure the stuff here. Honestly, I'll probably build telegraph poles in both locations, assuming I have the money. Go ahead and go up to speed 3. Hopefully this is worth a bit more money than what some of the routes out here were giving me. So we need to get we need to get to Halifax, and then we need to get to Vancouver. all the way over here. I don't believe we can get access rights through the US at all. Not that, you know, it's really that important. We come here to territories. Yeah, I'm guessing they don't want to rely on the US to be able to build our Canadian railway, but, you know. So, let's see here. We have steel mills in both locations. We can take a look and see where some coal and iron are. There are some iron. Nice. Some coal and some iron out here. Alright, a group of concerned Quebec citizens have banded together to organize support for your effort in the province. Alright, so basically the question becomes, are we planning on building a lot in Quebec for the next year? And is it really worth it? I feel like for 20%, it's just not really worth it. If it was like half, maybe I could see it being worth it, but you don't start off with enough money. All right. To justify doing it, you know? Out here's a lot of coal and iron. It'd be nice to get to that, but I don't think we're going to be able to just yet. Take a look here. Look at logs. We got any good logs? Log producers. A couple out this way. A little more out here. I definitely think the next sort of direction is to try and connect up Ottawa. Question becomes, can we connect up Ottawa and still be able to maneuver around here? Yeah, looks like we could do it like that and still be able to connect it up with a medium. So, I don't think we'll be able to actually build all the way. Not mean for that. Alright. Continue. Bring me more money so that I may build more trains. Okay, doesn't matter. This particular campaign, we don't really need to worry about stocks. Since we're not, you know, buying other people's. Let's see here. Is there an easy way? No, there is not. So it's looking like we're gonna need to just build straight from here. Of course, the game doesn't like rivers, of course. Like, that's going to be the best way to get across. Alright. Let's start back here then. That one little track is going to cause a bunch of problems, isn't it? Alright. Let's just let the train do its thing. Honestly, really the best way is a passenger train first. I've found that that's honestly the best way you're going to make money in the early game. Between two big cities, we could honestly probably go up to 3 passengers now. So let's go ahead. Fortunately, it won't just add the passenger. If we clicked on the passenger with the other 3 carts there, it would put it between the mail car and the caboose, and that just looks dumb. I don't know if it really matters, the order, but I kind of like to keep all the cars of similar type together. Maybe that's just me, but I think it looks better personally. We will need to build a roundhouse here pretty soon, because train going between Ottawa and Quebec is definitely going to need a roundhouse there as well. It's just the best stop for it. Alright. So let's see here. We have enough money that we can afford either of these trains. So, is the money worth it? It's a little cost more on fuel, but it's better acceleration and reliability. Well, better acceleration. For such a short route, I don't know if it's really that big of a deal for speed, especially with the amount of turns. The acceleration obviously doesn't matter here because of all the turns and the fact that there's not really a whole lot of straight sections. I think I am going to go ahead and double track this, though, just to start off with, because before we buy the second train, because I know we're definitely going to want that double track once we get this train going. Saskatoon. Okay. Saskatoon is all the way out here. Somewhere. Where is it? Like, it was somewhere in Saskatchewan. Yeah, here. This one's Saskatchewan. This one's Manitoba. Those are always the two that I kind of forget about. I know this one's Alberta, British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec. You got Nova Scotia here, Newfoundland and Labrador, that stuff here. And then you have the territories up here, Yukon, bordering Alaska, the Northwest Territory, and then Nunavut, I think, how you pronounce it. Down. Okay, let's go ahead and get another train going between Quebec and Ottawa. This one, go ahead. It'll probably increase passengers as we start moving people back and forth. But I definitely think that, for right now, is fine. So I do think we're going to move more towards Halifax first. It's weird that has that. I would very much like to just do a large one here. but we don't have the money just yet. And then we can send this lumber to Montreal. Or the logs from... Gonna give Montreal and the Montreal-Quebec run the priority. I do kind of wish if a train cart wasn't filled, it would just ditch the car. Like, you know, that way it's not taking an extra car that it doesn't need to. But if it is available, then you pick it up. I don't know, that to me that would just make the most sense, but I mean, what are you gonna do about a 22-year-old game, 23-year-old game? It was 1998, but I don't know what the month that this game came out in. So 22 to 23-year-old game, I think, is probably the best compromise. Definitely don't do that. Guess I'm gonna have to do this manually, otherwise it's gonna lay it down in a dumb way. It makes me go over huge mountains. Okay. Some money. Unfortunately, it's going to... These mountains are kind of in the way. Not sure... Again, I really wish there was like a topographical map. Of all of this. Oh boy. Okay, guess we don't have enough money. Definitely not the area to try and get experimental. 5 and 6 is not ideal, but I mean, it's livable. At least compared to, you know, 6s and 5s over this entire mountain. We'll let these trains get to their destinations. Boom times ahead. Ah, I do say there are going to be boom times. Okay, excellent. Finish that connection. Okay, we definitely don't want any reds. And of course we don't have money, because why would we? We don't have enough money. Right. Be another shipment or another load train, whatever, coming in here very shortly. Spend every penny to build track. Canadian Pacific stock has split 2 for 1. Yay. Okay. Still would like to build a station over this way. So we'll let that go for now. Just so we can build the station. That station, I still would really like to ship logs over here. Because, I mean, you do get more money if you bring a good to the place that's looking for it. Honestly, like, I don't think there's a paper mill in either Quebec or Montreal, so bringing a shipment of logs and pulp to Ottawa, I mean, that would hit the two things that it needs, or that it's looking for. Unfortunately, these trains are now starting to overlap. Obviously, our Montreal to Quebec line is the one with priority, so I still think that's best. I don't know. I think so, just because of how much people are in these two cities compared to Ottawa. All right, go ahead, get this built. Yeah, I would really like to have both. I know it might be a little redundant to have both. Okay. So now that we're actually dealing with some grades, it might be better to have the 8-wheeler for this one. So Frederick to Ottawa. And then from Ottawa, bring lumber and paper back to Quebec. And then from Quebec, you can go ahead and bring 3 passengers mail. And that'll take it back to Fredericton. I apologize to all Canadians. Okay, so that being said, I don't think this track actually hits the Quebec station. So I would really, really like it if we could just... I don't think it's gonna let me. Fortunately, it does seem like it's not gonna let me, unfortunately. So go ahead and get the sanding and water tower. We don't have enough money, of course we don't. Okay. So it's kind of an issue that it doesn't look like it's going to stop in Quebec, which is not ideal because it's going to run out of water and sand by the time it gets to Ottawa, which means we definitely need to have that in Ottawa. I still think it's fine to keep Montreal where it is. Nice. Alright. Definitely go ahead, buy me some water and sand. I don't think we have enough to buy a roundhouse here. Yeah, no. Buy a saloon, since we're... Passengers is really where we're making our most money. Buying those buildings earlier pays off by the end. Okay. Well, with the bloom off of the economic boom, I think we're going to put a cut in here. And we'll get back to more Canadian shenanigans next time. Thanks for watching.